Hey friends, welcome to the first official episode of the Quarantine Quarter. Can't believe it's happening. So if you are any way connected to the sports world, you know that the NFL draft is currently going on right now. The second round is happening. The first round was last night. Got to watch it with my grandma. We ate some dinner at the same time. It was pretty great. So we are going to be breaking down a little bit of the draft in quarters today. It's going to be great. Hence Quarantine Quarter. What's up? Also, heads up, I live across the street from a train track. So if I randomly just shut up, it's because the train's coming and it's going to be really loud. I'm going to try and edit it out, but I'm not very good at that. So just in case. Anyways, first quarter, we're going to talk about technology. So as most of you know, if you watch the draft, a lot of the prospects who could be chosen in the first round end up actually going to the actual draft site, which this year would have been Vegas. But because of the quarantine, everybody stayed home and they had a hard connection, which is crazy. So I'm assuming it was like Zoom. They had to all like Zoom in and they had passwords and all that. So that way they could show everybody's home. But thinking about it, how many different connections is that because of how many people could be chosen? Plus you have all head coaches and the GMs that have the hard connection as well. You have cameras or people in the trucks or the studio just going from click to view, all that good stuff. That didn't make any sense, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. All my TV people out there. But anyways, just think about it. For the Super Bowl alone this year with Fox, we had over 100 cameras just in the stadium, just inside the stadium for the game. Imagine how many different prospects and coaches all around this great nation that had to get connected to that and have a good feed. Like, you have to have good internet if you're gonna use Zoom. Like, your internet can't be glitchy. Plus, like, everyone that could be going in the first round, but you've got to make sure that you have plenty of people tuned in and logged into the Zoom just to make sure that in case their name gets called, you can show them where they're at, which is crazy. And then you have, I watched the ESPN broadcast, then you have Trey Wingo, who's the only person in the studio, bless your heart, and all these 8 different analysts that are currently via Zoom, or they have their own camera, but there's a delay. So he is like coordinating all of this between and going in people's homes, like all the draftees and then prospects, all the coaches, himself in the studio, all the different analysts, listening to his producer when Roger Goodell's in, when the pick's coming in. Like, I don't know how he did that by himself. I have anxiety just thinking about it. And I don't even do anything remotely close to that. So kudos to ESPN for doing all of that and coming up with the brain power to do it. Probably a really easy thought process to get through, but to actually do it, like, is a whole nother level that I can't even imagine. But it looked great. Love that. Also, if I keep looking down, I got my notes here. Okay, we ain't using a teleprompter. This is real right now. This is very real. So that was incredible. There's one thing I just did want to say though. Roger Goodell's little area that he did, I thought it was cool that they had fans in the background, live fans cheering. I think that's great. He just needed a little more enthusiasm, just a little bit. Like, he's giving and announcing this opportunity for this technically kid, they're younger than me, I can call them kids, for these kids, these prospects who have worked so hard and so long, and a lot of them have overcome so many difficult things in their life to making their dream a reality. And he's just announcing it like, order number 5 ready to go. What? I need a little more enthusiasm. He's making dreams a reality by his voice. Yes, I know the GM and the coaches are ultimately making that decision, but he gets to announce it to the world who's watching, which is incredible. So I need a little more excitement from him. Just knowing that it's a little bit bigger than football at that point. So also it's mainly the reason why I love the draft. So that's probably why I'm just like pushing buttons right now, because I normally don't do that. Okay, quarter number 2. Here we go. We're going to talk about the prospects and the draftees. First of all, Jordan Love heading to Green Bay. Jordan Love, quarterback from Utah, I'm very excited for you. Honestly, if you could go to any team, Green Bay is a good place to go, just because it's Green Bay. It's a football town, very loyal. I mean, obviously I love my Seahawks, but I would put Green Bay up there. Just saying. I'd pick Seattle number 1, but Green Bay would be up there. And also, what does that say about Aaron Rodgers? I mean, think about it. Green Bay picks a quarterback in the first round. Okay. So bye-bye Aaron, as my friend Jessamine McIntyre would say. I don't know. His contract still's a few years, but what got me thinking is, how is that relationship going to build? Because even if Jordan Love will be the backup, because it's Aaron Rodgers, he's great, sorry. But I don't view Aaron Rodgers as the most personable person right off the bat. I feel like he's a great guy, but you really have to get to know him. Like, he's an onion, you gotta peel back the layers quite a bit. So I'm just a little nervous for Jordan Love, but I feel like he can handle it because he's chasing a dream. Good for you, dude. But also, like, I just really want Aaron Rodgers to kind of open up a bit. Take him under his wing, make him better, make his team better, you know, all that good stuff. But it just makes me nervous and brings on the question, like, is Aaron Rodgers going to play? What's going to happen? I don't know. But that's also me just thinking way too into it. But Jordan Love gets to go to Green Bay. Good for you, Utah State. Out of way. Okay. Also, second part of the prospects. There were 15 players from the SEC selected in the first round. What? That's a lot. There were 2 players from the Pac-12, one being Justin Herbert, 6th overall QB from Oregon, going to the Chargers. There's a train. Hello. Number 2 would be Brandon Ayuk. I think I said his name right. Wide receiver from Arizona State. Almost said Oregon State. From Arizona State, 25th overall, the 49ers. I mean, it's really great that the Pac-12 had some representation, but the SEC, yo, we need to fix this a little bit. Come on, Pac. Let's go. That was a little sad. I mean, it is what it is. SEC is a football conference, but it's just a little sad, you know? Pac-12 is supposed to be the conference of champions, and it's slowly growing back up there. It's gonna be great. Okay, done with that. Quarter 3. What most of you probably wanted to know, the Seahawks. I will be straight in saying that I am not the best when it comes to breaking down what this roster needs. I have colleagues at 710 ESPN who are way better at this than me. But from a surface level, we can all agree on this. I was absolutely stunned. Stunned when they picked in the first round. Like, I just kept seeing the clock tick down. I was like, wait, they're actually doing this. This is happening. So the fact that they picked in the first round, number 1, blew me away. Number 2, when they made the pick, let me get this straight. First of all, very excited for Mr. Brooks, linebacker from Texas Tech. Very excited for him because his dream of getting the NFL is now a reality. Let's not dismiss that. Number 2, we put on our Seahawks hat. Coaching hat. I'm a basketball coach, so sometimes I just put the coach hat on. Why would you draft a linebacker in the first round? Like, everybody wanted to know that question. I still want to know that question. Like, I just feel like out of all the position groups on the current Seahawks roster, what is literally on their website right now, linebacker is something you do not need to worry about. Let me list all the names because I wrote them down in alphabetical order. Cody Barton, Ben Burkervin, Emmanuel Ellerby. Wow, Ellerby. Let me say that again. Sorry. Cody Barton, Ben Burkervin, Emmanuel Ellerby, there it is, Shaquem Griffin, Bruce Irvin, Sutton Smith, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright. There is 8. Okay, that's plenty. You added another one, Jordan Brooks, that's 9, which I understand BBK, Ben Burkervin might be on the chopping block. KJ Wright, it's getting a little old for football age. I get it. Those are the things. But you could have drafted a running back. something that it's not like necessarily that they need, because we have like Chris Carson and Rashad Penny, but at the same time, that would have been like, okay, they're kind of injury prone, I get it. So that would have made more sense to me. Or a defensive end, because Jadeveon Clowney is not signing anything right now. Or even an offensive lineman. I know that that's not normal, but these poor guys just need help on the front line. And all I kept thinking about yesterday was, if they drafted an O-lineman, how cool would that be for somebody to learn the league with Dwayne Brown right next to you? Talk about leadership fundamental skills, somebody who's been around the league so many times but is extremely well respected and genuinely a good person. That would be amazing to learn from him. I mean, I might as well just bulk up right now and go try out. So that's the only things I kept thinking about. And I was like, a linebacker, which happens to be my favorite position. That's what my daddy played. But I was just like, a linebacker. Good thing, one, John Schneider and the Peter Carroll know way more about football than I do. And I fully trust them, because at the end of the day, it's their team that they get to build. I just get to be part of the journey and watch them practice, listen, go to games, talk about it on the radio. But at the same time, when I put my coaching hat on, I'm like, what are you thinking? But also, that's why they make the big bucks, and I'm just sitting here in my room making a YouTube video. Anyways, those were just questions that I thought of. That was it. Other than that, I'm excited to see what happens. At the end of the day, with this whole draft, I choose to focus through the lens of, these kids have worked so hard for so long, have overcome so many battles, and their dreams get to become a reality. At the end of the day, that's the biggest win. They get to help provide for their families and give back to their families and their community who've helped them through so many things. And they get to live out their dream. That's amazing. I don't care what round you're drafted in, you still get to make it. If you get a call from a team saying, hey, come practice with us, we want to sign you. Man, I love it. I love sports. That would be amazing. Okay, we're down to 3 quarters. Time for quarter 4, which that just leads to what's coming up next. So next video, we're going to talk about The Last Dance. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And I also don't know how long that video is going to be, because it's about basketball. So if you know me, you know I played basketball for 12 years. Now I coach at Rogers High School. Go Rams, which is great. I coach with one of my best friends, and my mentor, who was actually my head coach in high school, is now, I coach under her, which is crazy. So I'll be watching. Every quarter is going to be one season. So first quarter, season, episode 1, episode 2, 3, 4, you get it. So I can't wait to break that down. Monday, that video will be coming out. So I'm super excited for that. It's going to be a basketball and football filled weekend, which will fill my heart. Now I just need baseball back, which would be great. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Quarantine Quarter. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, put it in the comments below, or you can tweet me or hit me up on Instagram, all that good stuff. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.